So we just got the brand new DLC pack, They Shall Not Pass, and with that actually came the game mode Frontlines. Now, I've been playing Frontlines a lot, man. Ever since it came out just a few days ago, I've been playing it non-stop. I haven't played Conquest, haven't played Operations, haven't played any of that, man. I've just been playing Frontlines, and because of that, man, I was able to develop a strategy guide. I started to figure things out and start putting two and two together, and I actually developed or formed a strategy guide, which I'm going to share with you guys today in this video right now, man. So don't go anywhere, dudes, because we're just getting started. So for those of us that aren't actually caught up yet and don't know what's going on, I'm going to explain in a few words just how you play this game. Just bear with me real quick, man. So basically there's an A, a B, and a C flag, right? So you have to actually push the enemy back. So you guys first start off at B, and both teams fight for B. Whoever loses it gets pushed back, and you keep doing that way. You keep pushing each other through the A, B, and C flags. Once you actually push your enemy all the way back to their spawn, that's when you have to defuse two telegraphs. Right, so it could be a quick game, it could be a quick 15-minute game, or it can last upwards to an hour. It just really depends on how good and how evenly matched you and your enemies are. Right, so if you guys are really evenly matched and you guys are all coordinated and stuff like that, it can take upwards to an hour to actually win or lose the game. If your enemies suck, or if you guys suck, it could be done in 15 minutes, if not less. It's just that kind of game mode. But man, now that I explained that, bro, let's go ahead and get into tips for beasting in Frontlines. So the key to beasting in Frontlines is actually strategic positioning, man, because the fact that you know exactly where the point of interest is for every single player in the lobby, that right there is going to help you out a lot, man. You know exactly where everybody is going. You know the point of interest. So if you can actually be strategic in your positioning and all of you guys' positioning, your whole team, everybody is coordinated and positioned correctly, you can actually have a really good upper hand. And you can do that easily because you know exactly where all the enemies are going, where their point of interest is, right? So that's why you can actually beast that way. So let me explain a little bit better what that means. So strategic positioning, man, what I mean by that is several things. First, the tanks. You need to use the tanks to clear the way. Why? Because if you're rushing an objective, you know, undoubtedly, man, undoubtedly, you're going to run into a bunch of enemy infantry in this game mode doing the same exact thing. Right, because like I said, remember how I said that you know exactly where everybody on the map is actually going to. You know their point of interest. So if you're actually going towards your point of interest, you best believe that other people are doing the same thing, your enemies and friendlies alike. So you're going to be flushed with a bunch of enemy infantry, most likely, if not positively. So now that you expect that, now that you actually expect to be flushed by all these enemies, what are you going to do about it? Well, you're going to prepare for it. You're going to be actually ready for it. So you let your tanks go first. Make sure that your artillery or your heavy armored vehicles and stuff like that, that goes first. Not your artillery, that's not what I meant. Your tanks and all that stuff, man. Another thing that you gotta keep in mind, man, is the gas grenades, man. Spam them directly onto the objective. Now you're gonna ask why. Well, because the thing is that this helps blind the enemies, and not only that, but it also makes everybody put on their gas masks, giving you an upper hand at a distance, right? So that gives an upper hand to the snipers especially, man. Your snipers, oh man, you guys are gonna be helping out a lot, especially if your objective is actually like in the open and stuff. Oof. Yeah, man, that'll help you guys out a lot. Make sure that you actually use the gas grenades. I guess you could use the smoke grenades too, but that's not going to help you at a distance because you won't be able to see them and they can't put on their gas masks. I mean, it's not like they're going to put on their gas masks for a smoke grenade. They're only going to do that for the gas grenades. You know what I mean? So it doesn't give you that extra edge, that extra advantage right there. A third strategy, man, communicate with your snipers. Be sure that you're always communicating with your snipers, and you should be communicating with everybody on your team, really, everybody in your squad. But man, if you don't communicate with everybody else, communicate with the snipers, man, because the thing is that they can actually help you out from afar, and it's like they have a special advantage against people that are infantry that are attacking the objective, that are rushing the objective. They actually have a tactical advantage over them. If they're positioned correctly, they have a tactical advantage over them. So they really will help you out. Make sure that you know, chatting, voice chatting, that counts as communication. Make sure that you're doing that. Make sure that you're using the chat box. Make sure that you're spotting enemies for them. All of those things, those are all types of communication that are actually acceptable to be used, or you know, whatever. So definitely make sure that you're using any of those kinds of communications with your snipers. Something else that I wanted to mention really quick, and man, this is a big one, even though that you guys may have heard this somewhere else, but it's extremely important. I won't go too in depth with it because you guys, like I said, may have heard it somewhere else, but make sure that you throw on a pair of headsets with surround sound. It does cost money, man, but it is worth the investment. My headsets are really cheap. They're a Koshin each, and I'm not sponsored by that company or anything like that, but they're a Koshin each. They were like 30 bucks on Amazon, man, and they work perfectly fine. They're by no means high-end or anything like that, but they work fine, dude, and it works. And dude, look, here's the thing. If you can't afford a headset, go to your iPhone case, go to your Samsung case, and get your earphones that came with your phone, bro, and use those. Anything is better than your TV speakers or your monitor speakers if you're on a monitor or whatever. Anything is better than that. Make sure that you're using something in your ear so you can hear footsteps, call-outs, and stuff like that, man. I really highly recommend it, especially if you want to be situationally aware, you know what I mean? And I actually made a video on that. You can check that out on the top right. But yeah, man. Lastly, bro, we got one more strategy here for you guys. So when you're moving forward, don't go directly onto the objective or into the objective. What you want to do is you want to go through the edge of the map, you know, as you move forward. Go through the edge of the map, and then once you're actually at a 90-degree angle from the objective, then you go down and you go towards the objective. Why? Because people are expecting you directly in front of you. My bad, directly in front of them. You know what I mean? They're expecting you directly in front of them because, like I said, this is like a tug of war. You know what I mean? How do you play tug of war? Do you have your enemies in front of you, or do you have them to your left or to your right? You have them in front of you. You never have your enemies to the left or to the right, so they're not expecting you. Your enemies, they're not expecting you to be on the left or right of them. They're expecting you to be right in front of them, just like a tug of war would be. So if you can actually get to like a 90-degree angle from the objective that you're going to, and then just go straight, make a sharp turn, and then go straight into the objective, if that makes sense, man, you are actually going to have a big advantage because you're going to get this flanking route. You're going to get this flanking opportunity to actually destroy everybody that's in there, and you can actually take the objective. I highly recommend that is how you actually move forward, man. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed, man, and learned something. Don't forget to drop a like and subscribe for more daily Battlefield 1 tips like this, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.